This is All India Radio. The news read by Sudha Shankar. The Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, has said that the government will be prompt in pursuing the recommendations of the J.S. Verma Committee to amend the law to deal effectively with cases of sexual assault against women. The committee was set up in the wake of the brutal gang rape and assault of a 23-year-old in Delhi on the 16th of December last. The victim died in a Singapore hospital on the 29th of December. In a letter to Justice Verma, a former Chief Justice of India, Dr. Singh thanked him and the other two members of the committee, Justice Leela Seth and former Solicitor General Gopal Subramanian, for completing the work of the panel within 30 days. The committee has recommended enhancing the punishment to up to 20 years imprisonment for rape and murder and life term for gang rape, but refrained from suggesting death penalty for the guilty. In its 630-page report submitted to the government on the 23rd of January, the committee suggested various amendments to the criminal laws to provide for higher punishment to rapists. New offences have been added and stiffer punishment suggested. The Cabinet Committee on Investment, CCI, has directed the Defence and Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministries to resolve in 1 month issues relating to the exploration and production activities in 39 oil and gas blocks under the new exploration licensing policy. The first meeting of the newly formed CCI was held under the chairmanship of the Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. Talking to reporters in New Delhi after the meeting last evening, the Information and Broadcasting Minister, Mr. Manish Tiwari, said specific timelines have been fixed and both the ministries have been asked to come back to CCI within 1 month. The Lokpal Bill will come up before the Union Cabinet today. It is likely to take up the proposed amendments to the bill. A note from the Department of Personnel and Training has proposed that the sanction for prosecution would be given by the Lokpal, but not before listening to the official concerned. After the Cabinet finalizes the new draft, it will be put before Parliament in the budget session. Both the houses will have to pass it with fresh changes for the Lokpal Bill to become a reality. In Gujarat, 18 pilgrims, including 8 women, were killed when an open-loaded van in which they were travelling collided with a state transport bus near Jhilwada village of Patan district yesterday. Police said 15 others were injured in the incident. Police also said the injured were taken to a hospital in Sami Taluka and those in a critical condition were shifted to hospitals in Radhanpur and Patan. Against the backdrop of controversy surrounding Kamala Hassan's film Vishwarupam, Information and Broadcasting Minister Manish Tiwari today said there was a need to revisit the Cinematograph Act to ensure decisions of the censor board are implemented. Tiwari posted on the social networking website Twitter that otherwise each state would be its own censor board. Tiwari had said yesterday that states should implement the decisions of the censor board regarding screening of films, but refrained from commenting on Vishwarupam, saying the matter was in court. Kamala Hassan yesterday suffered a setback as the Madras High Court stayed the screening of Vishwarupam. In Assam, the 5-day-long 72nd session of the Aham Sahitya Sabha began today at Vishwaratna Dr. Bhupen Hazarika Samannay Khetra at Barpeta Road in Barpeta district. At least 20 lakh visitors from across the country are likely to attend the biggest literary meet of the state. Special arrangements have been made to showcase traditional cultural events of several states under the aegis of the Ministry of Culture and the Sangeet Natak Academy. Defence Minister A.K. Antony today termed as totally baseless Pakistan's claim that its soldiers were beheaded by the Indian Army in the past. Mr. Antony's statement comes in the wake of a newspaper yesterday reporting that Pakistan has accused India of beheading its soldiers in cross-border attacks since 1998. On the recent incident of beheading 2 Indian soldiers by Pakistani troops at the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Antony said, although the tension has now reduced after the meeting of the Directors General of Meeting Operations, the army cannot lower its guard on the border. He exhorted the army to be vigilant round the clock and said that the armed forces are taking all precautions to maintain peace and tranquility. Mr. Antony stated that India is not in a haste to normalize relations with Pakistan and will wait and watch. The Defence Minister was talking to the media on the sidelines of a seminar-cum-exhibition on naval armament in New Delhi. And that is the end of this news bulletin.